Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today. We're just about to get started with our really exciting presentation about the new NatureMed hair and scalp products. We have a really interesting presentation to go through today. And as always, when we're going through our webinar, if you have any questions or any comments, please type them in the chat and we'll go through a little Q&A at the end. We'll get to all your questions. So I'm just going to get our presentation started here. All right, here we go. So these are our brand new NatureMed products from the NatureMed Hair and Scalp Treatment. We introduced these products just a few months ago. So some of you may have already been working with them and trying them. Today is going to be a great opportunity to get a little bit more information about them and how they work exactly. And for some of you, this might be a brand new introduction, the first time you're hearing about these wonderful products. So it's going to be very interesting for you. To get started, we're going to talk a little bit about our founder's story because NatureMed was founded by Cristina Ramirez, the president of Intercosmetics, the founder of NatureMed.
Hi, everybody.
And so she's been an esthetician. For those of you who don't know her, she's been an esthetician and a professional product developer for more than 50 years. Maybe you want to take on about why you started looking for a NatureMed product, for a hair product.
Yes, so NatureMed as a skincare line has been here now for over 20 years. However, in the last 6 months, I really was in seriously looking at what could I use on myself because I was experiencing hair loss. And this is very common amongst women of all ages, but especially after a certain age, menopause, of course, after having children. It can just be in your DNA that you just lose hair as you age, but also other things like stress. And also,
Certain medications,
certain medications
hormone
that you might need to be
changes.
on. Many reasons. For me, it was medication. And so for that reason, I was experiencing a lot of hair loss, more than I had expected or experienced in the past. And interestingly enough, at the same time, there's been this increase in scalp care in the last year or so. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's definitely more professionals offering services of scalp massage, scalp care. But nothing that I looked into really seemed to address my needs, which are the needs of many. And that is, do they really work? How well do they work? How well do they perform on the skin, on the scalp, sorry. Because many of them I found that I tried left my hair feeling yucky, like not clean. Maybe had a bad scent to them, so I didn't really enjoy using them or wearing them because of that. Others didn't work at all. And so in my quest for looking for a professional product for myself that would really work, I started to investigate from the beginning, which is what's in the product. So what are the ingredients that are going to make this possible for me to have healthier hair? And when I started to investigate with my Italian chemists that I'm already familiar with, because they are the ones that created NatureMed for me and the skincare, they told me about a new ingredient that was being used in Italy in many hair care products that, well, not many, but some, because it's a brand new trademarked ingredient from a company in Italy that creates biological extracts. And this one is specifically made for loss or thinning hair or just general scalp health. And the product name is StimuCap. So I investigated StimuCap ingredient, who is buying it, who's using it, who could be somebody that could make the product for me. And I ended up in Canada. So it's actually the product that we are launching is made in Canada. The lab that we use does purchase that StimuCap ingredient from Italy, and that's what led me to them. However, they have, of course, smartly done a very, very thorough serum and care of shampoo and conditioner, not only using that one ingredient, but many others. So that's what we're here to tell you about is, what are the ingredients and why they work. And of course, I do want to mention that I did use it on myself, and yes, I'm very happy with the results. My hairdresser was surprised after only 60 days of using it. When I went back to her to have my hair cut, she said, "What have you been doing with your hair? It looks amazing. Your skin and your scalp is healthier." And that's what prompted me. I thought, this is something I have to share with everyone else. And that's what prompted me to launch the 3-step process that we're here to talk to you about today.
So before we get into what the treatment actually involves, you heard a little bit of our story about why we personally decided to get involved in this line, but let's take a look at the general trends in the industry. There are a lot more, as you mentioned, there's a lot more focus on scalp treatments, scalp care. And if you look at the general wellness world, this is a new emerging sector that a lot of people are already getting involved in. And it's something that is sort of starting to emerge, and it's going to just continue to grow and grow over the next little while. You may have seen that there are head spa treatments, a lot of places offering head spa treatments or head spa massage. And there's a couple of reasons behind this. First of all, people are starting to treat the scalp like we treat our facial skin. So consumers are becoming more and more interested in the health of the scalp, in hair thinning, dandruff, oil control, product buildup. There's an idea and an understanding that healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. And so we're treating our hair as if with the same care and the same approach as we use for our skin with skincare. So instead of a facial, it's like a scalp facial. Another reason this is really increasing in popularity is that this creates an experience rather than a simple service. It's something that is very hard for you to do for yourself at home because it's a relaxing, wonderful experience service. You're combining massage, water, maybe aromatherapy, and relaxation. So it turns it into a full service experience that clients want to come back and book for. It's worth their time and worth their money to go get this treatment for them. And the other thing is that as with most trends, it starts with social media. Social media is introducing this type of treatment to people. It's very visually appealing, and so that's creating more demand. And it's something that if you were to offer it in your business, you'll see it's very easy to advertise and introduce over social media. Why you need to offer this treatment is because this is a rising trend with growing consumer demand. This is a huge market. We used to think that hair loss was something that primarily affected men, but there's more understanding and more awareness now that this also is a problem that affects women. And even men, if you look back 20 years ago, baldness and hair thinning was just sort of commonly accepted. But now the newer generation of men are looking for solutions. There's an increase in hair transplants, and that has all made it more awareness and search for a solution for hair thinning.
And by the way, even if you do get a hair transplant, you still need to take care of your scalp to maintain that, that transplant. Just like in facials, if we do a laser or we do a more invasive procedure on our skin, we do need to make sure that we continue with good home care products to take care of the skin. Well, just like that with the scalp, I've spoken to quite a number of men and women who have undergone a hair transplant. And yes, they need support. They need this type of product to maintain their health. Otherwise, the hair transplant, after a while, the same reasons why they lost their original hair is going to happen again.
If we go back to what we were just saying, you have to think of scalp health in the same way you think of your skin health. If you were to have, let's say, an aggressive laser treatment or a microneedling service, you would never tell your client to have an aggressive laser service and then do zero home care. The home care is just as important. So just like skincare, scalp health is a problem that needs good quality products and regular home care in order to maintain. Drugstore shampoo and even shampoos that don't target this specific problem, you may be using a wonderful quality professional shampoo, but if it doesn't target scalp health and hair thinning, it won't address that problem.
Correct.
So there's a lot more demand for this. As we said earlier, we also understand that hair loss is a problem that affects women as well. And in the past, women may have felt embarrassed or afraid to talk about it. There wasn't as much discussion around it, and so there wasn't as much awareness that this is something that affects women. A major one is postpartum. Everybody sort of knows through pregnancy, you have this luscious hair, and then after you have a baby, the hair all sheds. And the shedding is even more dramatic because of that. Illness, medication, hormones, stress, life changes, if you're using a weight loss medication, even aggressive hairstyling, if you're using really tight hairstyling or a lot of chemical hairstyling, that can lead to hair shedding and hair thinning and loss. So all of these reasons mean that there is a huge market of people looking for a solution for hair thinning. And scalp wellness products are growing faster than traditional hair loss pharmaceuticals. So people don't necessarily want to look for a Rogaine. They're looking for a different solution that's going to give them additional benefits.
And also, I believe that professionals, estheticians, we have a more intimate space that we work with, so it can be more comfortable for your clients to discuss this, often embarrassing to them to speak up out loud in maybe even in a hair setting, right? It depends, right? However, I do feel that definitely estheticians and professional skincare therapists can have a major role in helping their clients with this very common problem.
Mm-hmm. And another important element to this treatment is that this is something that can be easily incorporated into your treatments. This is a very easy way to get started. Maybe you want to go the route of a full head spa and have a beautiful head spa bed with a massage and a full experience plugged into water with jets and all of that. But you don't have to go that route. You can also easily incorporate it as an add-on to a facial, just a quick 10-15 minute head massage. Or you could make it a standalone treatment. There's a lot of different ways to add this, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to add a full head spa. This is something that can be incorporated pretty easily, or even just something that you simply retail to those clients that you know are experiencing this problem and looking for a solution because they already trust you with their skin health. So here we go. This is our 3-step solution from NatureMed. These are 3 professional grade products that you can use in a professional treatment, and then you can sell those same products at home for long-lasting results. The first product that we have is the Scalp Detox and Hair Thickening Shampoo. Then you follow up with the Fortifying Scalp and Hair Conditioner. And then the hero product of this whole treatment is the RevivaRoot Rescue Serum. These treatments are all advanced technology with clinically proven ingredients, new generation cutting edge formulas, and they all promote a healthy scalp and stronger hair. How do they work? So we're going to give you an overview of the science behind this because it really is a very interesting scientific advancement that allows us to say that these products really do work. Firstly, you have to understand that we are working on the follicle, the root, and the scalp. So we're creating a stronger hair right at the source where it grows. And then we're going to create a scalp environment that allows that stronger hair to thrive and remain strong. So we're going to prevent hair loss and reduce thinning by working at the root, as you can see in this picture.
And it also stimulates new hair growth as long as there's hair germ cells there. That's very important.
Yes,
as well.
So then that's the next step. So the first is that we're creating the healthy environment. Then next, we're stimulating the hair germ cells that are responsible for creating that hair follicle. And as you can see in this image, we're going to nourish that follicle that feeds the hair at its root where it grows and grows stronger. We're going to strengthen it at that germ cell root. Now, the formula of all three of these products do this by increasing the cell communication of the cells responsible for creating the follicle and the hair, and we're increasing the microcirculation at the root, which means that the nutrients that we then provide are able to have an even stronger effect. So whether you're using supplements or you're using pharmaceuticals like minoxidil, Rogaine, or even just the ingredients that we're adding in with the serum, they're going to have a stronger effect because we've increased that microcirculation. We've increased the cell communication at the root, which means all those ingredients are going to perform better and have a better effect. And then finally, as we said, we're going to create a healthy scalp environment for the hair to grow. Because if you don't have a healthy scalp environment, that could be the cause that is leading to hair thinning. We need to keep the hair root in a healthy state. If your scalp is too dry, if it's too oily, if you have too much product buildup, perhaps from using, there's a lot of people who use ingredients, use products like dry shampoo, which then can create a bit of dermatitis or can create a product buildup, which is going to block those hair cells from the hair from coming out at the scalp. We need to create the environment so that the hair is able to thrive. So if you look here, you'll see we have a 360-degree solution. First, we're starting with step one with activating the microcirculation at the root. We're enhancing blood flow to nourish the cell. Then we are going to stimulate the root. That's going to energize the root to support active hair growth. Then we're going to create the healthy scalp environment, a clean, balanced scalp for optimal follicle function. And all of this leads to fuller, stronger hair growth for thicker, healthier hair and visible results.
Preventing also the hair fall, thinning that is very common.
Yeah, because when you're losing hair, there are two important things you need to do. First, you need to stimulate new hair from growing. But then you also want to make sure, secondly, that you are holding on to the hair that you have, especially if you're experiencing hair shedding due to something like an illness or a new medication or a hormonal change where your hair all of a sudden starts to shed. You need to hold on to whatever you have. And so this is working at all levels and all cycles of hair growth to support fuller, stronger hair. So do you have something you want to add to that?
No, that's good. I just want to mention that being an esthetician and an electrologist and a laser hair removal specialist, I have always been involved with how do we remove hair. And it's very interesting to me because, the anatomy of hair growth is very strong in my mind. And so understanding how to now not remove it, but to maintain it and to grow it has been an easy transition for me. To clearly understand. I think if any of you out there are electrologists or even just from waxing experience, right? You understand how hair grows just as well as a hairstylist, or maybe even better, just because we really study the skin and the hair growth cycle and the 3 stages of hair growth, all that. So that's very important for you.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going to take a look at the products a little bit more in depth. The first product is called the RevivaRoot Scalp Serum. This is a wonderful serum with exosomes, StimuCap, that ingredient we were talking about, which is unbelievable cutting-edge ingredient to stimulate growth. We have DHT blocker, biotin, fermented rice water, rosemary, among other ingredients. The wonderful thing about this serum is that it is lightweight, it is fast absorbing, it's highly penetrating, and is going to nourish the hair, root, and scalp for retention, restoration, and renewal of hair growth. It's powered by these multi-action key ingredients that are going to work together to cleanse and nourish the hair follicles to provide an optimum environment for new hair as it emerges from the scalp. It's a high-performance formula with multiple ingredients with different actions to arrive at that optimal target of preserving the existing hair and promoting new growth. And it's specifically designed to promote long-term stimulation of hair follicles to make the hair fuller, thicker, and stronger.
I really love the fact too that it's so easy to use, and again, being in the beauty business, we all have to look our part, and so it's very difficult for anyone to, and other individuals. Nobody wants sticky hair, gooey hair, doesn't smell very good. It doesn't make you want to use the product. I love this product because when I apply it to my scalp, and I will show you very quickly now, all you have to do is spray a drop and then you massage it in. And after a few minutes of massaging it in, it completely disappears. There's no leftover stickiness, no gooiness. In fact, my fingers are completely dry. Never know that I had put something on. The beauty of it is that it in fact does work because it goes all the way down inside the scalp. You don't notice that it's even working until perhaps wait 10-15 minutes, and then you'll start to feel a little bit of warmth in your scalp. Nothing to worry about. It's a very, very normal reaction that we want you to have, but it is not so strong that it's going to irritate you. That I guarantee you. And the ingredients are really the key here. We're going to go more in depth into the ingredients as soon as we finish the 3 products that we're going to tell you about. And then we'll get into more details about each of the ingredients and why the formula is a winning formula.
One thing I just want to mention is that if you have maybe you've never ventured into the world of looking at hair growth products, we've been looking at this for in seriousness for the past little while, but actually for many years, we've had many people approach us with products from around the world that are stimulating hair growth. Many different companies, many different cosmetic companies and chemists have presented products for us to trial. And a lot of them, realistically, you can't use on a daily basis. Just like skincare, just like an eye cream or a moisturizer, it's not going to work if you use it once in a blue moon. You need to use it every day.
Every day.
But a lot of the products on the market are heavy, oily, greasy, or you need to wash them out of your hair to be able to look presentable the next day. Yeah. So if you're thinking about it from a realistic standpoint, a customer who's going to use this, they need to be able to put this into their hair and then style their hair like normal and not look like they have greasy hair, especially when you have volume loss, thinning, shedding. If you have something that's heavy, it's going to make that problem look even worse. Your hair is going to look worse from using a lot of those products.
Absolutely.
And then people give up on them. People don't want to use them because they don't want to be bothered to use a product that is inconvenient. So I can't say enough how wonderful it is that this product disappears into your skin and your hair looks like normal. And it also smells amazing. It smells fantastic. Some other products that we've tried, after a few hours, you start smelling the ingredients and it leaves a bad smell to your hair. So you just don't want to use it. This one is so easy to use. You can apply it to towel dried hair right after coming out of the shower, right after washing, or on dry hair every day or evening, a simple massage, and you don't need to rinse. Then you continue on styling as usual.
One of my clients is actually telling me that they're using it on their brows and that they have noticed a big increase in their brows from thinning. And so again, it does give you a little bit of warm sensation on the skin, but nothing to concern yourself with. It can also be used on the brows very safely. Mm-hmm.
Next, we have the Scalp Detox and Hair Thickening Shampoo. Again, this one has exosomes, StimuCap, DHT blocker, biotin, rosemary, rice water, and we will be getting into what all these ingredients do in just a minute. This is a gentle shampoo in the sense that it is gentle enough to use if you have color-treated hair, chemically treated hair, but is going to detoxify your hair and your scalp to create that healthy scalp environment that you need while leaving your hair shiny, strong, and manageable. So again, it combines those key ingredients that are going to preserve your hair health, promote new growth, and is going to address thinning or falling hair. We have key components that cleanse and nourish the follicles in a gentle, safe way for healthy hair. It has no sulfates or parabens for a safe, natural formula. And it also has vitamins and organic extracts like chamomile, aloe vera, olive leaf for extra moisture and conditioning benefits. So when you're done using this, your hair is going to look shiny, healthy, and manageable.
And it's good for all hair types, regardless whether it's thin or thick, oily, dry, doesn't matter, aged hair. It's a very good formula for everyone.
It's also safe to use daily, so you can remove sebum or buildup on the scalp. If you have sebum or buildup on the scalp, that leads to inflammation and it can accelerate thinning. So you need to be able to wash your hair often enough to be able to maintain a healthy, clean scalp environment.
So
as I said.
So some people will say, well, I only wash my hair once a week or twice a week. That's fine. The point is your scalp needs to be clean. So if your scalp produces a lot of oil, then you need to wash more frequently. All right?
Yeah. This also has 70% organic content. It's again suitable for all hair types. It's 100% drug-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free. And you would use this, you only need a small amount on wet hair.
It's a concentrate.
And yeah, so it works into a really nice lather, and a little bit goes a long way with this product. Another thing to note is that a lot of people maybe don't experience hair thinning. That might not be their problem, but they have scalp irritations, like dermatitis or like almost like psoriasis on the hair, irritation, redness, like rashes, dandruff. All these things can be addressed with this shampoo and conditioner. It's really important to understand which shampoo you're using, because even shampoos that are marketed as being for dandruff or for sensitive scalps can exacerbate the problem. So it's really important that you're using something that is going to be for optimal scalp health. And next we have our Fortifying Scalp and Hair Conditioner. This is an energizing conditioner that again is going to promote fuller, thicker hair and leave your hair soft, shiny, and manageable without weighing it down. It has a blend of active ingredients that go beyond standard conditioning to reinforce the hair fibers and support scalp vitality. We're going to preserve the existing hair and we're going to promote fuller, thicker looking hair.
One of the things that I've discovered is often hairdressers will tell you, oh, this conditioner, don't put it on your scalp, just use it in your hair. This one is exactly the opposite. This is a scalp conditioner. So it is meant to go on your scalp. So when I use it, I take out a small amount, I apply it directly to my scalp, I massage it in completely, and then I bring it down into my hair. So very important to note this, because a lot of conditioners out there are not meant to go on the scalp. They're meant to stay more in the, the section of your hair where basically it's not a living organism anymore. And so that's why it's very important for you to understand that this is a scalp fortifying conditioner as well as a hair conditioner. So we do want to massage, and in fact, I recommend massaging it for about 2 minutes into the scalp, and then you can rinse it off. Of course, it can go into your hair. It's not like you're leaving it only on your scalp. It will be brought down. There are ingredients in there to help again with the softening, brightening, like mentioned, shea butter, wheat protein, olive leaf extracts. These are all things that are there not for the thinning part, but for the hair part. And the scalp moisturizing as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's also going to protect your hair against further damage from heat styling and brushing. Because again, when you're concerned about hair thinning, you have to be able to preserve whatever you have. So it's really important to use a good shampoo that's going to strengthen the hair through the shaft, so that when you're brushing or styling or detangling, you're not breaking what hair you have and creating even thinner hair.
Now, there is one thing: when you're styling your hair, you might want to add some styling products to your hair. So for example, I like to use a volumizing spray, but I do that when I come out of the shower and I apply the volumizing spray on my hair. I've also used volumizing conditioners, but again, I don't put those on my scalp. I put those only on the ends of my hair. So you can work with 2 different types of conditioners depending on how much attention and desire to look your best one can have, but it doesn't stop you from using those products as well if that's what you need. But most importantly, this is for the scalp health.
And again, it's worth mentioning that these are color safe. So if you are coloring your hair,
yes,
this is.
By the way, I color my hair probably every 2 to 3 weeks. So, I'm used to this type of behavior with my scalp, and that's why it's important to use this product.
So now we're going to look a little bit more at the ingredients and the formulation so you can really understand what makes these products different from others on the market. The first thing to explain is that this is clean beauty. So it's organic and natural ingredients where possible. There's no unnecessary fillers, there's no parabens, no sulfates, and it is color safe. These products are for men and women. They're safe and easy to use. They're non-irritating. You're going to see real results in a short period of time. They're 100% drug-free. That's important because if you're losing hair loss for postpartum, for example, or due to medication, you may have contraindications with certain drugs, so you can't take minoxidil. You don't have to worry about that with these products because they are drug-free. These are all made in Canada, and it is a professional line sold only by professionals. So we're going to start with some of the ingredients. The first one is exosomes, the hair health hero. Exosomes is a big key ingredient on everyone's mind these days. With our exosomes, we're using exosomes derived from heart leaf plants, which are going to give us a distinct benefit thanks to their higher potency and their effectiveness compared to other standard plant extracts. Heart leaf exosomes have a capacity to deliver concentrated proteins, growth factors, mRNA, and other key compounds, which leads to quicker and more impactful results for scalp and hair care concerns. So essentially, to break it down, these exosomes are the ingredient that is improving that cell-to-cell messaging to regenerate the hair follicles, and is going to repair the stressed follicles, reduction of hair shedding, and scalp inflammation. The exosomes are going to get your hair cells to behave like they're young again. And that's the key to keeping healthy hair. Why did we choose the heart leaf exosomes? Heart leaf exosomes are highly concentrated proteins, lipids, growth factors, mRNA, and signaling nucleic acids. And these are regenerative biomolecules. So this is a molecule that is going to regenerate your cells. They have a nanoscale structure, which is going to enhance penetration and cell communication. So it allows them to initiate those repair and regeneration processes more efficiently and more effectively. It's essentially the latest generation delivery system to the root of the hair. How do they work? They deliver these concentrated regeneration signals directly to the skin and scalp cells. They support the collagen and extracellular matrix renewal. They reduce the oxidative stress at the follicular level, so the oxidative stress on the follicles. They're going to promote cell turnover and the barrier repair, and they encourage follicle vitality and visible density. So even when you apply these topically, these exosomes activate those regeneration pathways, and they continue functioning for weeks to months with consistent use. When you're using them consistently, they're going to continue delivering benefits. Another important,
excuse me, I also want to mention that exosomes do help other ingredients get absorbed into the cells to do their work much faster and better. So better absorption, better results from the other actives that are in the serum, which now comes to the next step, which is the essentially blocker.
Yeah. So in addition to having benefits themselves, the exosomes also act as a booster for the other ingredients to make them work even better.
Yeah.
The other thing we should note is that sometimes people have asked whether exosomes are allowed. Animal-based exosomes are not permitted in Canada.
Allow them.
Exactly, but plant extract exosomes such as these are permitted. The next ingredient that we have is the StimuCap. This is our dual action follicle rejuvenation ingredient. This is a real before and after picture showing the effectiveness of StimuCap. This is not an altered image. This is a real image from the lab of what StimuCap can do. This is a lab-developed cosmetic active ingredient, which is designed specifically to support hair vitality and reduce the appearance of thinning. It was created through a controlled cosmetic manufacturing process. So it's a synthetic clinical ingredient, and it works at the cellular level to help maintain healthier looking hair growth cycles. The overall benefits here is that it is going to restore optimal follicle conditions, is going to protect and nourish the hair bulb, it's going to support healthier scalp environment, it helps reduce the fibrosis related stress on the hair, which leads to thinning, it improves hydration levels, and it enhances visible volume and density. How it works with this ingredient, CLA glutathione, it has follicle protection and balance. So if you can see in this image, it's going to shield the follicles from free radical damage. It's going to support and reduce the inflammation at the level of the hair root. It's going to minimize the fibrosis that restricts healthy growth. And it's going to aid in preventing follicle miniaturization. This is a key factor in visible thinning. The follicle gets smaller and smaller and weaker, and this is going to prevent that process from happening. It also supports normal follicle metabolism. So this pathway helps preserve the follicle structure while maintaining an optimal scalp balance.
So if you know anything about hair growth, you know we have 3 stages. We have the anagen stage, which is the beginning of the hair being formed. How does it do that? We have the hair stem cells first in the place in the area. The hair stem cells create that small follicle. That small follicle is tiny at the beginning. It becomes out with a small, fine hair, but then with time it thickens and grows, and as the follicle grows, so does the hair inside of it. So the two kind of grow together until the anagen stage reaches its deepest, strongest depth. And then the hair stays there for a while until it goes into the next stage, which is catagen. Catagen is where now the hair follicle starts to shrink down again. And as it's shrinking down, the hair is moving up into the follicle until it actually just stays there in a resting stage called the telogen stage. In the telogen stage, the hair may have become thinner, weaker, but it will definitely be in its last stage, and then it eventually falls out. Once that hair falls out, a brand new follicle is already beginning or starting. If it's a healthy scalp, a new hair is beginning to grow even before this one falls out in a new follicle. But all this takes cell coordination, cell functioning, proper metabolism, proper nourishment to that follicle that is trying to get built, and then transferred to the hair itself. And all of this is happening at the root, which is where we want to be with our ingredients. And that's why the exosome is so important. That's why StimuCap is so important, because all these ingredients will not work if they're just at the surface. They need to get down to the bottom of where the follicle lies in order to get it to do its work. So again, it's going to support bulb germ cells, hair bulb germ cells to be nourished and activated, promote cellular proliferation, enhances the general activity. So there is also a stimulation of the blood circulation, and there's going to be a stimulation of the blood circulation, which is normal, and that's why you get that sensation of warmth. And that's why when I do a test, this is a good way to sell this product to your clients. If you just put a little tiny bit, just a little tiny dab at in an area that you can quickly look at. When you do this, you show them not only how quickly the product penetrates and is completely gone, but also how about 10-15 minutes later you can start to notice a little bit of pink in your skin. And this is because the product has now worked its way in and it's now working its way back out again. How do we know that? Because the only visible way we can see underneath the skin is to see the surface, and that redness is indicating that the product has worked.
Okay. So to sum up, because StimuCap is such a powerful ingredient, essentially it's going to work on 2 key actions. Remember we said the 2 important things for stimulating hair growth or for targeting hair loss and getting fuller hair. 1, you need to protect the hair that's there. So this is going to protect and balance the follicle. And then 2, you need to stimulate new growth. This is going to stimulate and regenerate the bulb germ cells and the stem cells to create that new growth. So this has a dual action this ingredient is fantastic and the hair growth hero ingredient that we see here. And then on top of that, you're combining it with the exosome, so we're getting an even stronger effect. Now, the next ingredient that is fantastic is the DHT blocker. We're using saw palmetto, which is a plant extract, and this is something that is widely used in hair support formulations. DHT is the hormone that is associated with androgen-related hair thinning. So DHT is the hormone that causes you to thin and lose your hair. We are going to block it using saw palmetto, which has fatty acids, plant sterols, and flavonoids that inhibit this alpha 5 or 5 alpha reductase. This is the enzyme that turns testosterone into DHT and creates the hair loss cycle. So we're blocking it at the start before that cycle can begin. So it helps to reduce the effects of DHT locally on the scalp and support healthy follicle size and density.
Yeah, this is a very important one because, again, whether it's due to stress or hormonal changes or your natural DNA, inherited, obviously, all of these factors do produce this DHT in your scalp, and so it's very important to have this in there. Regardless of the reasons why your hair is thinning, this is a very key point that most of the time is present. Mm-hmm. Right.
Next, we have biotin. Biotin is a well-known ingredient to support healthy hair structure. It's the structural strength architect of the hair. It supports keratin synthesis, which is the protein that your hair is made of. It enhances amino acid production, which is the building block of protein. It promotes fatty acid synthesis to nourish the follicles. It supports scalp nutrient circulation. So the key benefits with biotin is that it reduces brittleness and breakage. It improves elasticity and smoothness. It minimizes split ends. It supports the hydration balance of the scalp and essentially encourages stronger, thicker looking hair. Now, biotin is well known as an ingredient, and you may have seen this as a nutritional supplement. There are a lot of vitamins and supplements and gummies that you can have using biotin, which encourage healthy hair and even nail growth. But if you're using those supplements alone, that's not going to have a strong effect if the scalp is not healthy. So the most important thing is that your scalp and your root need to be healthy enough to be able to absorb that biotin and be able to work with that biotin. So that's where the synergy of all these ingredients and all these products really comes into play. You could be taking biotin all day long, but if your scalp isn't healthy, you're not going to notice.
It's not utilizing it, it's not absorbing it from the microcirculation that could have some of that biotin that you've just ingested. Same with collagen. You know, there's lots of supplements out there that include collagen, biotin, and other vitamins and minerals. And they're all great. You know, I highly recommend taking supplements every day. I certainly do for many other reasons as well as hair loss. But in the end, your scalp will not absorb these nutrients that you're ingesting if it's not in a healthy state. Okay.
Another ingredient we have is fermented rice water. This is an ancient shine and strength elixir. It's been inspired by centuries-old Asian hair rituals. This is something that is rich in amino acids, B vitamins, antioxidants. It stimulates the follicles for improved growth appearance, and it helps to support and repair the damaged strands. So the fermented rice water is something that is more specifically for the strand of the hair to protect against oxidative stress, nourish the scalp with nutrients. These do give you visible results of shine, smoothness, improved elasticity, reduced breakage, improved manageability, and generally healthier looking hair. You may have seen that there's a lot of talk about fermented rice water on social media, people using that as sort of a DIY solution for hair loss. Like the biotin, if you're just using that on its own, it's not going to do enough. But combined in synergy with the other ingredients that we have, it is great for adding shine and strength to your hair. Rosemary is another ingredient. Again, circulation and growth. It helps to reduce the microinflammation of the scalp. It's an antioxidant protection, anti-inflammatory support, microcirculation boost. It acts as a vasodilator to enhance the blood flow. So improve the blood flow and improve the penetration of those other ingredients that we're using. And it does help to energize dormant follicles and support thicker, stronger looking hair, refreshed, balanced scalp. It's used also for its amazing scent in these products. Again, you may see that rosemary as an ingredient. A lot of lines out there are using rosemary on its own. Rosemary on its own, much like the biotin or the rice water, is not going to do as much. But combined here with the other ingredients, it adds all these extra wonderful benefits.
Absolutely. The synergy is what works, right? Everything supports each other to make it work better, stronger.
And now we have some other ingredients that are going to help support hair and scalp. We have caffeine, which supports the hair growth by again inhibiting DHT. It keeps the active anagen follicle stage for longer. Then we have olive leaf extract to improve the hair health because of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. We have panthenol B5, which is known for deep hydration without weighing the hair down. So it seals the hair cuticle for shiny, elastic, resilient hair. Vitamin B3 niacin to support hair health by improving the scalp circulation and delivering the nutrients to the follicles. It also hydrates and nourishes to reduce dryness. Yes, for dandruff, dry hair,
dry scalp.
Chamomile is another anti-inflammatory to block the chemical signals that might cause redness, swelling, and sensitivity. So the chamomile is going to be great for creating that healthier scalp without sensitivity. Shea butter, which minimizes friction, moisturizing. It's an essential fatty acid that is very important for cell rejuvenation. And it also provides a protective barrier for the hair and the scalp against the environment. Aloe vera, again, everybody knows this ingredient as being very beneficial for hydration and protection, but it also naturally reduces frizz and it makes your hair easier to manage. And it has vitamins A, C, and E, which are important for hair growth. And then tocopherol vitamin E. This is a really important vitamin to support hair health by increasing the scalp circulation, reducing oxidative stress, and enhancing the moisture and shine to your hair. So these are all other ingredients that, again, are going to work together so that you're not only getting the benefit of a healthy scalp and healthy hair growth, but also manageable, visible, healthy, shiny, beautiful hair in the end. So let's take a look at the results here. Immediately, you will have shedding stopping. So with use of these products, the shedding will stop right away, which will prevent the further thinning. And new growth, as it comes in, it's going to be stronger and more supportive. So as the new hair comes in, it will be stronger and you won't have such quick loss. Full results are going to be visible after 2 to 3 months of daily use. So this is after the full life cycle of the hair. So right away, you will see results. After about a month, you'll see results because you're going to lose the shedding, or you're going to stop the shedding and you're going to see some new hair growth coming in. But after 2 to 3 months, then you'll have the full cycle where you'll have the hair that's coming in is going to be stronger. And then the hair that's there is going to be lasting for longer. So you'll get the best results after 2 to 3 months.
I should mention too that one of the ways in which your clients can see if it's helping is to use a brush that's very easy to clean. For example, those wet brushes or something similar to that, which is basically quite transparent and easy to remove all the, broken, fallen out hair. So clean your brush. That's what I tell my clients. Clean your brush completely. And then you can see every day every time you brush your hair, you can see how much hair is actually collected in the brush. And that's how I knew that, wow, there's no more hair in my brush. You know, I'll get like the odd 2, 3, 5 hairs maybe if I brush, and not every day, but maybe once a week I'll see some hair falling out, but definitely not the amount that I was seeing when I was going through that stage. And this is very important for you to tell your clients. First, clean your brushes, that's very important. And then 2, watch your brush to see how much hair is falling out.
Yeah, that's a really good indicator to see how much you're losing every day.
Yeah.
Another important thing is that you don't want to wait until you see hair loss to use these products. By the time you notice the hair loss, you've already lost 40 to 50% density in that area. So ideal world, you should start using these products before you see the damage. It is ideal to use all 3. However, even using just the serum daily is going to prevent thinning.
And just keep your scalp healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Or the opposite. Some people say, I'm just going to buy the shampoo and the conditioner for now because I don't think I'm losing any hair, but I want to prevent or, reduce. Definitely, but together it works the best when you already have discovered you have that problem.
Mm-hmm. Now we want to take a minute to talk about minoxidil, which is commonly known as Rogaine. This is a drug that definitely works for androgenic alopecia. So male pattern hair loss or baldness. Minoxidil definitely works. However, if you have hair loss caused by stress and hormones, a DHT blocker, together with the plant-based exosomes, peptides, and other actives that address the root cause, is the correct approach that you should be taking.
Mm-hmm.
So minoxidil is not going to target everything.
No.
This is a product that can be used together with minoxidil. So if you have a client who is using minoxidil and they've been using it faithfully and it works for them, they don't need to stop using minoxidil. They could use minoxidil in the evening, Rogaine in the evening, shampoo and condition with these products, and the serum in the day. And together, that's going to give them an even stronger effect.
But again, they don't have to. They can just use the serum and the conditioner and the shampoo together, and it'll work just as well.
Mm-hmm. Now let's take a minute to talk about the professional treatment. As we said, there's a lot of different ways that you can incorporate this. If you have a sink or a head spa, you can offer a professional shampoo, conditioning treatment, plus the scalp massage with this serum. And that would be sort of the gold standard luxury treatment. Here's an image of one of the head spas that we sell at Intercosmetics. They range anywhere from $2,000 for a more simple sink to we have one for
sink with a bed.
Sink with a bed. Sorry, mm-hmm. Sink with a bed. To 5,500 would be like this one, which offers the sink, the bed, and full massage. More of a luxury premium treatment that you'd be able to offer your clients. And this is really what people are imagining when they see a luxury head spa treatment.
Now, I will say that I went to visit a couple of head spa places and have a treatment done just to see, what it felt like and what was this all about. And some I really enjoyed the scalp massage, some I not so great. But what was interesting to me is that none of those places that I visited had any kind of professional product that would help me with my problem, or even just talk about just scalp health. They didn't do that at all. In fact, I don't even know what they used. Some of them used like really herbal essence kind of, stuff, and nothing professional, nothing clinical, just an old formula shampoo. Probably is not the ideal for anyone like myself experiencing hair problems. So I want to be clear that some of these head spa places, are offering a great relaxation. They're offering a great experience, but they're not offering hair care or scalp care at all.
There's no treatment, essentially.
Yeah, which to me is it doesn't
big
make
missed
sense.
opportunity.
They've missed opportunities. I think that if I was to do this, I would definitely include this kind of scalp care into my beautiful experience.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're offering microneedling, and many of you are out there, and we know that because we sell, of course, Dr. Pen, we sell InnoPen. We know that microneedling is extremely popular out there as a professional treatment, and scalp microneedling is, again, very popular. So this is a great home care product to give them. I have been asked the question, if I'm doing microneedling, can I use this serum specifically while I'm doing the microneedling? And the answer is no. And the reason for that is because microneedling in itself is going to be stimulating enough sufficiently. You don't need this product, but definitely the client, when they go home, once their skin, their scalp is completely healed and back to normal, they should be using this shampoo, this conditioner, and this serum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It pairs well with that, or with biomicroneedling on the scalp as well is another treatment.
Another one is biomicroneedling. Absolutely. That is very stimulating in itself. In that process, we don't need this serum, but we definitely need it for home care.
For the home care. So there's a couple different ways you can offer it. You can do the head spa, the full treatment routine. You can also just incorporate it if you have a hair salon and you have something like a shampoo sink in your hair salon. You can add this as an add-on scalp treatment. You can also just add on the serum as a scalp massage as an add-on to a facial or another treatment that you're offering. Or you can even book it as a standalone head massage just with your regular treatment bed. You could perform a head massage with the serum without needing to shampoo and condition. So there's a lot of different ways that you can work with it. And again, you could even just offer it as a retail product if you're not able to offer it professionally.
Yeah, we have a lot of estheticians that like to do head massage, and so of course, why not add a serum to this service? It's an amazing opportunity for you to discuss with your client the health of the scalp, right?
Yeah, this would be a great option for a promotion if you're looking for a new thing to attract your clients, including a scalp treatment with a facial. That could be a really interesting way to bring clients and introduce them to this new service. All right, here we have a scalp massage video, so you can get an idea of how this product works.
And one of the questions I get is, how much should I use? Well, as you can see, we only literally put this is a spray bottle, so whatever comes out with one squirt or two is what you work with. I usually tend to recommend center, which is where a lot of hair loss happens, and then sides, which is where, again, a lot of hair loss happens. So 1, 2, 3 squirts, and then again, 1, 2, 3 squirts. So in the very back of your head, right in the middle here is where there's a lot of hair loss. So again, about 6 points is the most common. Of course, if you have only one spot that you're having a problem with, some people have a very circular area where their hair loss is happening. This is due to a specific condition that they have. They can just use it in that one spot. But definitely a serum that is very easy to work with and you can massage. We are here to help you, to support you in whatever choice you decide to move forward with. If you're interested in learning a scalp massage, we're here to help you with that. We have a step-by-step of every single product, and of course help you with deciding what exactly you want to do as a professional in your business.
Mm-hmm. This is an example of video that we have that you could use for training, but you can also, we have shorter versions that you can use for your social media to advertise and let your clients know about this new service. So now we're going to talk a little bit about pricing. We do have an opening bundle, which would be sort of the ideal way to jump into this treatment. If you buy 6 of each, so 6 shampoo, conditioner, serum, you will get 1 of each free. So you can use that as a tester. You can use that as an additional one to sell. This is savings of $96 with this bundle. And it also gives you access to our marketing materials and our scalp massage video. We also have little brochures that you would get to help promote the service.
We just created these new postcards that are really easy to have and hand out to your clients. It does show the main active ingredients and then the 3 ingredients in the back. So it's very easy to hand this to your clients. Also, even have it at the front desk if you have a reception area where people can just pick it up.
And again, because this is a treatment that some people might feel embarrassed about or a little nervous talking about it, this little brochure that we made up, this little postcard, shows you all about the products. It's probably going to be a reflective mirror image, but you have an idea. Shows you the pictures, how to use the products. So this is something that would be great to put in a reception area or as a little shelf talker, maybe even on manicure tables. To let your clients know that this is something that's available, because it might be something that they're concerned with, but they might not bring it up to you. So just to create more awareness around that.
It starts a conversation too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's our opening bundle, but we have other promotions. So if you don't want to get the full bundle, we do have quantity break pricing when you buy 6. So you're saving, essentially works out to every time you buy 6, it's equivalent to getting 1 free. Of the shampoo, the conditioner, and the serum. So quantity break pricing, the more you use it, the more you sell it, the more you're going to save. And then we have a retail set. So if you buy 1 of each, instead of paying $96, you're going to pay $88. So you can take advantage that way.
So $11 saving, which turns out to be a $22 saving for your client.
Yeah. So you can turn around and retail that to your client at a special price when they get started with the full regime. Okay, so that is
now one more thing I want to mention about the pricing, because again, in my research, I found that there were some products on the market that were quite expensive. I'm talking about like $500 for 6 ampoules. I think that's really difficult to sell. We tried to keep the price the best possible price we could offer, given the quality of the product, given the fact that it's made in Canada. So, we really tried to maintain a price structure that would be what we felt reasonable for most people to be able to afford. And I just wanted to mention that because it is important that in the end, you reach everybody, right?
And we did do a lot of research in regards to the pricing, taking a look at other products that are available on the market, whether they're other professional products for hair loss, and also retail products, because it's always important. Our clients are not only looking at the professional market, they're looking at the retail market as well. And this is very much in line with a reasonable pricing for what you would get. There's a lot of retail hair loss products out there that don't have even a fraction of the ingredients that we have here that are selling for the same price. So this is a really beneficial, really fair, reasonable price. I'm going to get to some questions now. The first question here is, Philomena is asking, will the product stimulate hair follicles that have gone into a dormant state, say because of, for example, higher levels of DHT?
So as long as there's some hair growth happening around, in other words, the thinning, right, means that it's not completely bald, shiny bald head. It's some hair there, but a lot of space in between. Yes, it will definitely work. On complete baldness, there for years, I would not know whether that would work or not. I would assume not. Because it's just been in such a stage for so long, right? But when you're talking about thinning, absolutely, yes, it will stimulate dormant follicles. It will stimulate the hair germ cells that still exist there to make them do their job.
Another question here, you say full results of daily use after 2 to 3 months. The daily use of the serum.
Yes, daily use of the serum.
Yes, so you use the serum daily. The optimal use of the shampoo and conditioner is that you would use the shampoo and conditioner whenever you need to wash, whenever you shampoo your hair. So maybe you only shampoo a couple times a week, or maybe you have an oilier scalp, your hair gets dirtier quicker. If you shampoo your hair every day, then you would use it every day. So whenever you shampoo your hair, you would use this shampoo and conditioner, and that varies depending on your lifestyle and your hair styling routines and all of that. Someone's asking if I can buy just one of each to try first. Yes, I should have mentioned that. We have that opening bundle.
No opening order.
But there's
You
no
can buy
need
whatever
for
you
it.
want.
Exactly.
No.
Much like our NatureMed products, as a professional, you can buy from us just for yourself or whatever you want. So you can go in, we have these at all our stores, and you can see them all, or you try them all there. Someone's asking, did something happen to the video? Are you still able to see our video? Are you still able to see us? Or are you talking maybe the massage video? We closed the massage video, but I can put that back up if that's something that you'd like.
So again, the video, it was just to show you more or less what we're talking about in terms of massage. But of course, once you are ready to introduce this into your business as an actual treatment, then we will discuss with you how we can get you the education needed. And we have that available online as well.
Yeah. We have another question here. Someone is asking, are these products safe for colored hair? Yes. They're great for colored hair. They're gentle enough that it's not going to change or affect your hair coloring. Could this shampoo be used to cleanse the scalp before a microneedling treatment? Or is it too active? We just have to read the question because they can't read these ones. So can you use this shampoo to cleanse before a microneedling treatment? Yes. It is not too active. So if you're about to do a microneedling treatment, they should use this to cleanse the scalp, or if you're cleansing the scalp before the treatment, that would be great. It is not too active. It's just the serum that you would not use with the microneedling because it would be too active for that. But the shampoo and conditioner, perfect.
Yeah, they can use both conditioner, shampoo and conditioner to clean the scalp really well before you start your microneedling. Absolutely.
Someone's asking, are these products safe for oncology patients experiencing hair thinning and loss, or should these clients wait until their treatment regimen is complete or they're in remission? When it comes to oncology, that's always a little bit tricky. I would suggest they speak with their doctor just to be sure. This is a drug-free product, so my guess is that it would not be an issue. But oncology and oncology treatment in particular is such a strong treatment, and the hair loss is usually so severe when it comes to oncology. You also wouldn't want your client, you have to kind of manage expectations. You don't want somebody who's going through a full round of chemotherapy to think, well, if I use the shampoo and conditioner, I'm not going to lose my hair, because it's just such an aggressive treatment. My gut would be that you would probably want them to wait until after they're done their treatment regimen, and then afterwards, this would be a great product for them to use to gain their confidence back.
Yes, I do have a couple of clients and personal close friends that have undergone chemotherapy. They've stopped, but now they're on their anti-immune drug. But their scalp is okay. They're not experiencing inflammation or anything like that. But their hair loss is there, and it hasn't really fully recovered. Some people go through chemotherapy and their hair comes back and it's just as good or even better than before. But many don't. Many of them don't recover that hair. So they're experiencing that hair loss, that thinning still. Those are the people that should be using it. So again, not while they're going through chemotherapy, but afterwards, definitely a product worthwhile them using to maintain and prevent further loss.
Another question here is, are these products safe for clients using hormone blockers?
I don't know what that means. You mean like, I don't know if you mean like minoxidil or any of those other ones. Definitely you can use it with those, not a problem.
Yeah. Again, this is a drug-free product, so one of the benefits about it is that it's not another drug like minoxidil, so it won't have as many interactions with any medication or drugs that you may be taking. But again, I'm not sure what you mean by hormone blocker, so that might be a question for their doctor if you're not sure. But in general, this is a safe product for majority of people. Another question here, can I buy this from Intercosmetics? Yes, as long as you have a professional account with us, you can buy this from Intercosmetics.
So just to, again, remind everybody that Intercosmetics is a wholesale beauty supplier to business. We do not sell to the general public. We do not have a website that sells to the general public. We protect you as a professional. So everything you buy from Intercosmetics cannot be purchased online through us.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can have your own website. You can have your own professional website, and you should, because nowadays that's how everybody works. And you're free to use our products and put those on your website. That's
Mhm.
perfectly fine. In fact, we give you the social media images. We give you the video. You can use any of our marketing to promote yourself, your website.
Mhm. Okay, I think we've gone through all the questions. Are there any other questions? We'll maybe stick around for another minute or two to see if there are any additional questions here.
As a final closure statement, I'd like to say, please try these products. Even if you're having great healthy hair, I still think it's a really good experience for you to have and understand better the product. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to benefit you greatly and maintain that beautiful hair that you already have. If you are experiencing hair loss like myself, then I'm very excited and happy to share this with you, because I know you're going to be extremely pleased at the results.
We did have another question here again asking for us to post the pricing again. So I have the pricing here on our slide. So again, the scalp serum, the spa cost to you is going to be $42, and our suggested retail is $84. So the scalp serum spa cost $42 and suggested retail $84. With the shampoo and the conditioner, they are $27 each as a spa cost, and our suggested retail is $45. When you buy 6 or more of the shampoo, the conditioner, and the serum, you are going to get a quantity break price. We also have, I will share our promotional bundles at the end. Just give me one moment while I share that screen. Here you'll see we have an opening bundle where you buy 6 of each, 6 shampoo, 6 conditioner, 6 serum, and you will get a free shampoo, a free conditioner, a free serum, which amounts to $96 in savings. Our other promotions is that we have quantity break pricing. So every time you buy 6 or more of these items, you're going to save. And then we have the retail set. So if you buy 1 of each product, a shampoo, conditioner, or serum, instead of paying $96, you're going to pay $88. So again, good savings on that product.
So the markup is 100% on the serum, whereas on the shampoo and conditioner, we're recommending you do a little bit less than 100%, just because it is a competitive market that you're entering with shampoos and conditioners. But also I want to mention that, again, I did some research into what are some of the popular lines out there, like Schwarzkopf and Kevin Murphy and Davines, and there's many other products out there that are really expensive when it comes to shampoo and conditioners, and they don't do what this does. I mean, they're maybe nice shampoos, sure, but they don't do, they're not going to work at the level that this one does, okay? So you're you can be very comfortable saying that a $42 shampoo is a very good price to pay for something of this caliber and with these functions, addressing this very common problem that not too many products can resolve. All right, well, I think we're done for the day. Thank you very much for joining us.
We have a really nice message here from Cheryl. I just want to read it out because our staff who are joining in on this meeting can't read the comments that we have here. But we have a really nice comment here from Cheryl. She says, "You're an amazing company. Thank you for your service and all you do." Thank you so much, Cheryl. That's so nice. That's going to make our day for all our staff for hearing that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to everyone who joined in. These products are all available on our website, so you can take a look there, read a little bit more about them if you want more information, and try them out and purchase for yourself. And if you have any questions, you can always send us an email. You will be getting a follow-up email, so you can reach out directly to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions afterwards or help you out with anything else. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Take care. Bye.